Aaron Rodgers being fined just under $15,000 for violating COVID protocols. Kimberly, hot news or not news?
The fine, not news, because that's like me throwing a penny in a fountain, honestly. Like, what is $14,000 to Aaron Rodgers? Also, to me, a fine from the league. The league knew he was unvaccinated. The Packers knew he was unvaccinated. So the monetary, that doesn't seem like a big news, but what it means just in general for his status for Sunday, I think is important.
Yeah, it's not news at all. I mean, it's nothing to him, right? It's peanuts, basically. I don't know what they're going to do with the money. They're going to donate it to charity, whatever they do with it. And at the end of the day, this is an opportunity for him to get back on the field, like Kim says. Hopefully, he'll be back on the field for the team. And you just move on from there. I'm done talking about Aaron damn Rodgers.
I suspect you're not, but go ahead.
I'll say hot news as a fan. Really hot news. Blazing hot news. The fact that him and Allen Lazard get fined the same amount, I find laughable. And to be real with you, like, let's just call it what it is. Like, the NFL doesn't really care about COVID. They don't really care about it. I mean, there are parameters that are in place to help. But, like, at the end of the day, this is about the product on the field.
Why do you say they don't care?
Well, because, I mean, the uproar that came away from this, how loud people were that he deceived people about it. I don't understand how it's just it's a coin. It's like a little here's a fine. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm. I would say it seems like hot news, but it's actually not news. The reason it seems like hot news is people are waking up this morning going, hold on. After everything Aaron Rodgers did, only a $15,000 fine. When you really look at it, what people are mad about is being misled. There's no fine for misleading people.
Right.
The actual violation of the protocols were he didn't have a mask at a press conference where he is kind of distant from people, press conferences, and also at a party. Yeah, that sounds like about a $15,000 fine to me. The Packers knowing about it and permitting it to go on is
my point.
And they got fined more heavily, although not extremely heavily.
Again, Max, I don't give a damn. I'm done talking about
He's over it.
It's over it, man. It doesn't. Whatever. Move along.
Let's move it along. I agree.
Odell can go wherever he wants, theoretically, and there are a ton of teams that could use another playmaker. What team is going to say, we don't need another scoring option. But I think, depending on where he goes, I don't know if there's one team that's an Odell Beckham Jr. away from winning a championship, but just having him on the field, I think is a big deal.
It's hot news because, again, like Kim said, you now get to pick and choose your destination a la Tom Brady, free agency. I get to now look and go, I like that quarterback. I like that receiver. I like that offensive coordinator. Ooh, I can do that with them. Now you get to pick whether it's Kansas City, the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, the New Orleans Saints, the Seattle Seahawks. He can pick and choose.
Kimberly, if you were Aaron Rodgers, if you were OBJ, excuse me. I was talking about Aaron Rodgers. If you're OBJ, where would you go?
I would prefer to go to Green Bay, personally, because I think when you have an Aaron Rodgers, like, you're a Super Bowl contending team off the bat. But, I was told that would probably not happen. So I'm interested to see if he does pick Green Bay. Seahawks were the team I was told from jump. So I'm interested to see what happens.
I've heard Seahawks for a couple of years now. But the Green Bay Packers also showed a defense recently. Like,
they got all the pieces.
If he joins that team, they may win. Key had a great idea, by the way.
Ooh, Key had a great idea?
Yeah. Be quiet. Don't say anything.
Arizona, like, they might be the best team in the NFL. I know the Packers beat them. It was on a short week, whatever. Arizona adds Odell Beckham Jr. They're just a good team.
You would naturally think somebody with Mike Tomlin's pedigree and his love for the game and his players wouldn't be on board with it. But guess what? I'm on board with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
And I'm not a get-off-the-grass guy or with a lawn guy.
Get off the
grass.
That's a little bit more than you realize.
No, I'm not. That's not who I am. When a rule is a damn rule. When you start to move toward the sideline of the opponent, you're going to get a flag.
Yeah.
T.J. Watt had 3 sacks. He was allowed to celebrate and do his normal stuff. He did not go toward Chicago's bench. A rule's a rule.
Jay, Key's not wrong about rules following, but to me it sounded like Tomlin was saying, I like the rule itself. What about the rule itself? Tomlin backing the rule itself. Hot news or not news?
It's hot news because I wouldn't expect Mike Tomlin to say that. I think Mike Tomlin's a very passionate individual.
Yes.
And my thing is with the whole Marshall situation, if staring gives you a flag, if there's a taunting penalty for staring, like what's next?
Jay, he did not stare.
Jay.
He moved.
He moved and he stared. Wait,
from the spot
let
he
me
was
move and stare.
Jay, get off of Keyshawn's lawn.
He moved.
Taunting.
He moved.
That's taunting.
He moved about 6 to 7 yards toward the sideline. You cannot do that.
I just had a crazy sack. I am hyped. I'm bouncing.
You
Let Precious March
I'm sorry. I talk trash.
As much trash as you talk, Key, come on.
I knew when they
8,000
said don't
Stop.
do it, I did not do it. When there was a rule put in place for me not to do
Here's
so.
my problem.
I'm
Okay.
talking out of the
This
side
is
of your
why-
mask, and you got a taunting.
This is why it's hot
know?
news. Tomlin backing it. He's seen as a player's coach, but
Yes.
also no nonsense
Yeah.
guy. Tomlin backing it gives more weight to it. Now, the rule itself, if someone could show me some evidence, hey, there are this many fights in the NFL.
As
The
a
fights have
result.
gone way up, and not just fights, but like bad things have happened. It's a bad influence on kids, whatever else.
What about the
Okay,
kids?
we can start to talk about it. I don't know that that's the case. I think people just don't. I think a bunch of people who just don't like trash talking instituted a rule because
They're
they
just
don't
crazy.
like it.
You could, man, you could get away with trash talking. You have to do it a certain way. He did his trash talk about kicking and twirling. And he did that for 40 seconds, and then he gonna walk. You
Let
can't
Cassius
do
Marsh
it.
have his moment, man. Let
That
this
he
kid have
had
his
the
moment.
moment,
He had a
Kim.
couple moments, but
In the
it's
pocket, he
fun.
had
How
it.
many
It's
moments do you
fun.
want him to have?
It's
Yeah.
fun.
When you play in
man.
front of 50, 60,000 people to act like emotion is not part of the game, like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's
Key.
always part of the key.
Key, come on.
He
I can't
got
listen to anything
the
he says
emotion
serious about
when he
this
got
issue.
the sack. He showed emotion.
Yes, he had lots of
walking to the
emotions.
sideline. You cannot do
Everybody
that.
be
Kimberly
quiet.
J. Kimberly J. Please step off of Key's lawn.
Everybody be
Get on the
quiet
lawn.
when you play the
Y'all will
sport.
never get it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.